In the golden age of Hollywood, when glamour was the heartbeat of America, one name shined brighter than the rest: Marilyn Monroe, a woman whose smile captured the world, whose presence defined beauty, and whose untimely death still whispers with mystery. This is not just the story of a movie star. It is the story of a woman, fragile, brilliant, and endlessly misunderstood. Marilyn Monroe was born as Norma Jeane Mortensen in 1926 in Los Angeles. Her childhood was far from the glittering lights she would later know. Shuffled between foster homes, with a mother who struggled with mental illness, Norma Jeane grew up surrounded by instability. But even then, she dreamed. She dreamed of being seen, of being loved, of becoming someone more than the quiet girl in the background. By the late 1940s, Norma Jeane transformed into Marilyn Monroe, a new name for a new destiny. Hollywood loved her instantly. Her platinum hair, her radiant smile, her playful innocence, she became the definition of the American dream. But behind the laughter and the flash in lights, there was a woman who longed for respect. She wanted to be taken seriously as an actress, not just a pretty face, and she worked tirelessly to prove herself. Movies like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and Some Like It Hot made her unforgettable. She was adored by millions, yet fame came at a cost: sleepless nights, constant scrutiny, and battles with anxiety and depression. Marilyn's personal life was as dramatic as any of her films. She married young, divorced, and later wed baseball legend Joe DiMaggio. Their love was passionate but turbulent. Later, she married playwright Arthur Miller, hoping for stability and intellectual connection. But the marriages didn't last. Each ended with heartbreak, leaving Marilyn lonelier than ever. The world saw her as a goddess, but inside, she was searching for something much simpler: peace. Marilyn's connections to powerful men fueled endless speculation. She was rumored to have close ties with President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert. These rumors, whether true or exaggerated, added fuel to the fascination surrounding her life and her death. For the public, she wasn't just an actress anymore. She was a symbol, a secret, a mystery. On August 5th, 1962, the world awoke to shocking news. Marilyn Monroe was dead at only 36 years old. The official cause, a barbiturate overdose, was ruled as a probable suicide. But questions lingered. Some believed it was accidental. Others suspected something darker, silencing her because of what she knew or who she knew. Conspiracies spread like wildfire. Yet, amid the mystery, one truth remains: Marilyn was deeply human, a woman trapped between the fantasy of Hollywood and the reality of her own fragile heart. More than 60 years later, Marilyn Monroe remains one of the most famous women in history. Her face is on posters, books, films, and artwork. She has become a cultural symbol of beauty, vulnerability, and resilience. But perhaps her greatest mystery is not how she died, but how she lived. how a girl with nothing rose to capture the imagination of the entire world, how she turned pain into performance and loneliness into legend. Marilyn Monroe was not just a star. She was a woman who carried both light and shadows, who gave joy to millions while quietly fighting battles no one truly saw. The mystery of Marilyn is not only in her tragic ending, but in her enduring presence, a reminder that even in fragility, there is power. Even in brokenness, there is beauty. And so the world continues to ask, who was the real Marilyn Monroe? Perhaps that answer lies not in the scandals or the conspiracies, but in her smile, a smile that still haunts, still inspires, and still refuses to fade.